Hi, everyone. My name is Mike Miller. I am the station manager for WREP. Thanks for joining us. This is our 29th broadcast here at the library. This afternoon, we are going to take you back in time. One of the episodes we're doing today, the Philadelphia story, was first aired back in 1947, 70 years ago. We're taking you back to a time when radio ruled the airwaves, a time when radio entertained people. Now, we know that you're all too young to remember 1947. So, our actors will let you know how things were back then.
In 1947, the average wage per year was $2,850.
In 1947, movie screens were showing Miracle on 34th Street, The Road to Rio, and The Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
In 1947, Howard Hughes' flying boat, the Spruce Goose, takes off, but never goes into production.
In 1947, the Diary of Anne Frank is published.
In 1947, Jackie Robinson becomes the first African-American to play in Major League Baseball for the Brooklyn Dodgers.
In 1947, a Polaroid land camera is demonstrated, giving photos in 60 seconds.
In 1947, the average cost of a new house was $6,600.
Oh, wow.
In 1947, a loaf of bread cost 13 cents.
Wow.
In 1947, you could buy a new car for $1,300.
In 1947, a gallon of gas for that new car was 15 cents.
So, buckle your seatbelts for our trip back in time. For the next 90 minutes, you will be in 1947. Enjoy your journey. David.
Ladies and gentlemen, WREP is on the air. The United States of America presents the Victory Theater. The Victory Theater brings you the Philadelphia story.
And don't bother to come back!
Ladies and gentlemen, you've just been listening to the end of an ideal marriage. That was Mr. C.K. Dexter Haven being invited out of his happy home with Mrs. Tracy Lord Haven issuing the invitation. But all that was 2 years ago. Right now, Philadelphia society is seething with the interest over the forthcoming second marriage of Tracy Lord. And the editor of the international magazine Spy is determined to spread it over 6 photographic pages of his scandal sheet. On the way to the editor's office are Spy's major writer and Spy's foremost photographer.
I'm not gonna do it, Liz. I'm gonna tell Cindy Kid very plainly and simply I'm a writer and no society snoop. I'm gonna tell him just that.
Just that.
Let Kid fire me. I'll start writing short stories again. I'm gonna tell him just that.
Just that.
Come in. Oh, hello, Connor. Morning, Miss Ivory.
Mr. Kid, I don't think you're being fair to me.
No?
No, now you're treating me like you treat all your other writers.
You really hate me, don't you, Connor?
No. I don't like you very much, though.
You hate me, I trust, Miss Ivory.
No, I can't afford to hate anyone. I'm only a photographer.
Your assignment will be Spy's most sensational achievement. Tracy Samantha Lord, big game hunting in Africa, fox hunting in Pennsylvania. Why, I can see the layout now. The Philadelphia story. Closed were the portals of snobbish fox hunting. No hunter of foxes in Spy magazine. Anyway, presented for the first time, quote, a wedding day inside mainline society.
Or what the kitchen maid saw through the keyhole, unquote.
Go ahead, Connor. Writing's your job. I'm only the publisher.
All right, publisher, take this. Quote, no hunter of buckshot in the rear is cagey, crafty Connor. Unquote, close paragraph.
Closed job, closed bank account. Look, Mr. Kidd, how could we possibly get inside the Lord estate, let alone the house?
Just a moment. Miss Pauly,
Yes, sir.
ask the gentleman to come in.
Yes, sir.
You'll find, Miss Embry, I haven't overlooked anything. Come in, please, Mr. Come in. I understand that we understand each other.
Yes, Mr. Kidd, quite.
Connor, this gentleman has been employed in our mercenary's office. I believe he can help us with our problem.
Yeah? How?
Tell him, please.
Well, Tracy Lord's brother Junius is in the American Embassy down there. He's an old friend of mine. I'll introduce you to the Lords as intimate friends of Junius's.
Dear old Junius. Well now, this Tracy Samantha Lord, does she know you?
You might say Miss Lord and I grew up together.
Yes, you might also say you were her first husband, Mr. C.K. Dexter Haven.
Yes, you might.
Holy mackerel, what goes on here?
I remember your honeymoon very well. You and she on the little sailboat. The true love, wasn't it?
That's right. How did you know?
I was the only photographer whose camera you didn't smash. Oh, you were terribly nice about it. You threw it overboard.
Well, I had the strange idea that our honeymoon was our own private business.
Now, what are the plans, Haven? The wedding's Saturday. They should spend tomorrow night as guests of the Lords.
Well, now wait just a minute now. There's something screwy here. Now listen, Mr. Haven, what are you doing all this for? Unless you... Oh, you want to get even with your ex-bride, huh?
I don't think there's anything further to discuss. I'll have a car pick them up at noon tomorrow in North Philadelphia.
Why, that...
Here, Mike. Take my handkerchief. There's a little spit in your eye. It shows. Tracy!
Miss Dinah?
Edward, have you seen my sister?
Yes, Miss Dinah. She's in the sitting room, making a list of the wedding gifts.
Tracy!
Mother, how do you spell omelet?
Oh, why didn't you answer me?
Omelet, Mother.
Omelet? O-M-E-L-E-T.
I thought there was another L.
That's a funny wedding present, an omelet.
It's a dish, dear. A silver dish.
Dinah, bring some of that junk off the table.
Is this a present? It stinks.
Don't say stinks, darling. If absolutely necessary, smells. But only if absolutely necessary.
Mother, the cards and the presents have been changed again.
There must be a ghost loose in the house. Maybe the ghost of bridegroom number 1.
Oh, Dinah, don't talk about Dexter as though he were dead.
He might just as well be for all Tracy cares.
Right. If I never see Mr. C.K. Dexter Haven again, I'll be... Mother, look at that lamp. Isn't it awful?
Who sent it?
They're friends of your father's.
Wouldn't you know it? What are they? Tap dancers or just musical comedy producers?
That's hardly fair to your father's interest in art, Tracy.
Art, my eye. The art of putting up $100,000 to display the shapely legs of Tina Mara.
That will do, Tracy.
Oh, I give up, Mother. If you just face the facts squarely as I did.
Well, we both might face the fact that neither of us has proved to be a very great success as a wife.
We just picked the wrong first husbands, that's all.
Well, don't let's argue about it. You wanted me to take a stand, and I've taken it.
The only stand a woman could take and keep her self-respect.
Yes, Tracy, I know. Now I have my self-respect and no husband.
Hey, it's better this way. Really, you'll see. Let's forget about the past. We both deserve some happiness now, especially you.
Darling,
Isn't George an angel?
George is an angel.
Is he handsome or is he not?
George is handsome.
I like Dexter better.
Really? Why don't you postpone the wedding?
Postpone it? How?
Get smallpox.
Don't put that idea in her head.
What time is it? George isn't usually late.
Oh, he's waiting for us at the stables.
Waiting for us at the... Mother, if I don't choke her before Saturday...
It would postpone the wedding, wouldn't it?
It would not! Be in the car when I get down, Morgan.
She's so mean about Dexter.
He was rather mean to her, my dear.
Did he really sock her?
Please, Dinah.
Well, the papers were full of innuendo.
Of what?
Of innundo. Cruelty and drunkenness, it said. Mother, why won't Tracy ask her own father to the wedding?
Your sister has very definite opinions about certain things.
But don't you think it's stinking not to want father?
Yes, darling. Between ourselves, I think it's good and stinking.
Wait till you see your fiancé. He's all shiny.
What are you talking about?
Brand new riding breeches. See?
Hello there.
Well, who's that terribly attractive man?
Hello, darling.
Hello, George.
Well, how do you like me?
I adore you, but you look awful.
Awful.
You look like something right out of the shop window.
But Tracy,
Help me, Dinah. We'll rub a little dirt on those breeches.
Hey, listen, just a minute
Here,
there.
Tracy.
No, stop. Hey, these are new pants.
That's just it. They're new. But they're not going to be.
I don't.
That's better.
I don't get it. When I was a coal miner, the idea was to get enough money to buy clean clothes. And now that I'm general manager...
George, what's that thing you were reading?
This? Oh, I was just glancing through it. It's a copy of Spy.
Who takes it? Your cook?
I love it. It's got pictures of everything.
It certainly has.
I just wanted to see if there was anything in here about the wedding.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought maybe being one of the oldest families in Philadelphia and me getting fairly important myself, well, of course...
Let me have that thing.
What's the matter?
Look at this stuff. An average day in the life of a congressman. The congressman's wife. The kitchen where is prepared 1 banana sliced, 2 fried eggs. All the filthy ideas coming into a private house with a camera. Get on that horse, George Kittredge.
Tracy, what would happen if I took it into my head to someday go into politics?
You'd be elected president.
No, I mean about publicity.
Not in my home. Get on that horse.
Hey, where is everybody?
Dexter!
Hello, Dinah.
Dexter, you've come back.
Ah, Dinah, my dream girl.
Tracy, Dexter's here. It's Dexter.
Yes.
What in the name of...
Well, hello, Tracy.
Dexter!
How are you, Mother Lord?
Dexter, don't you know that tomorrow's the wedding?
Oh, no. Oh, that's right. So it is.
You can go right back where you came from.
Now, Sam, look. You don't think I'd miss your wedding, do you?
When did you arrive? Tell us all about Junius.
Well, Junius is fine.
Oh, he should be here.
Well, he's heartbroken. I suggested representing him as best man, but...
I'm afraid George might prefer to have his best man sober.
Ouch.
I wish you'd represent George.
That's my loyal little girl, Dinah. Oh, you'll like the people Junius did send, though, I'm sure.
You haven't switched from liquor to dope by any chance, have you, Dexter?
The people Junius did send?
Yes. You don't happen to know a Macaulay Connor or Elizabeth Embry, do you?
No, I don't.
Well then, you'd better come along and be introduced. You see, they're great friends of Junius's.
Do they expect to stay here over the wedding? I think it's very queer indeed.
I think it's queerer than that. I think it's paranoid. You're lying, Dexter, I can always tell.
Can you, Sam?
You went to work after the divorce, didn't you?
Well, yes, except for a brief interlude in a couple of alcoholic sanitariums.
But you took a job in South America. Who for?
A magazine.
And it wasn't by any chance Spy magazine.
You are a mass of intuition.
And I don't suppose that Junius's friends are photographers by any chance. Oh, I knew you were low, but I never thought you'd sink to anything this... What are you going to do? Well, after I telephone Junius, I'm going to do plenty.
No, now wait, Sam, wait. I confess, you don't have to phone Junius.
So, you confess?
No, you're slipping, Sam. I used to be afraid of that look, that withering glance of the goddess.
Oh, shut up.
Now look, Sam, about this man Connor, and
I'll take care of them. What do they think they are, barging in on peaceful people?
Now shush! The fuck you don't want them here.
I want them out, and you too.
Yes, Your Majesty, but first, could I interest you in some small blackmail?
No. What do you mean, blackmail?
Well, it's an article, complete with snapshots, details, and insinuations, and is ready for publication in Spy. And it's about your father and that dancer in New York. You see?
About Father and Tina Mara?
Oh, yes. Quiet. Dinah might be listening.
But they can't. Even if it's true. Where'd you get this stuff?
From one Sidney Kidd, the editor and publisher.
He's got to be stopped.
Well, he is. Temporarily, that is, if you'll allow these two to turn in a story on your wedding. And when Kidd says a story, he means a story.
I'm going to be sick.
Yes, dear. An intimate day with a society bride.
I am sick.
Well, it's tough, but that's the way it seems to be.
So I'm to be examined, undressed, and generally humiliated at 15 cents a copy. And you're loving it.
Am I, Sam?
All right. I'll give them an interview. I'll give them a picture of Tracy Lord that'll stand their hair on end.
Look at this joint, will you?
What is this room? I forgot my compass.
Well, this would be the south-southwest parlor by living room or something. Say, what's this guy Haven up to anyway?
C.K. Dexter Haven?
Yeah, what kind of name is that?
Macaulay Connors, no home's been tagged, my pet.
Yeah, well, just try calling me Macaulay.
I knew a plain Joe Smith once. He was only a clerk in a hardware store, but he was an absolute rat. Might take your feet off the table.
Well, tell poor Footman to call me for lunch, will you?
How do you do?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't bother to get up. I'm Tracy Lord.
Oh, well, my name is...
It's so nice having you here. How did you leave Junius?
Fine. We left Junius fine. This is Miss Embry.
Junius is such a lamb, isn't he?
Yes, isn't he?
It's a pity that none of the male members of the family are going to be here to welcome you.
No? Well, where's your father?
Darling Papa, I do hope you'll stay for my wedding.
We'd like to, very much.
I'm so glad that it occurred to you.
Is your father sick?
What a cunning little camera.
I'm afraid I'm an awful nuisance with it.
Oh, but you couldn't be. I hope you'll take loads of pictures. You're a kind of writer, aren't you, Mr. Connor?
Sort of.
Of books?
Yes, of books. Book of short stories.
Under what name do you publish?
My own, Macaulay Connor.
What's the Macaulay for?
Well, my father taught English history. I'm Mike to my friends.
Of whom you have many, I'm sure. English history has always fascinated me. Cromwell, Robin Hood, Jack the Ripper. Where did he teach? Your father, I mean.
Well, he taught in a little high school in South Bend, Indiana.
South Bend! Oh, it sounds like dancing, doesn't it? You must have had a most happy childhood there.
Oh, it was terrific.
I'm so glad.
Well, now, I didn't mean it that way.
I'm so sorry. Why?
Well, I don't know. Lack of wherewithal, I guess.
But that doesn't always cause unhappiness, does it? Are either of you married?
No.
Well, no.
You mean you were, but now you're divorced?
Well, the fact is,
Oh, come now. Surely you're not ashamed of it.
Oh, of course I'm not ashamed of it.
What?
Well, it was years ago. I was only a kid in Duluth, for heaven's sake.
Good heavens, Liz. You never told me anything about this.
Well, you never asked.
Well, I didn't ask you, of course not, but what's the difference?
Joe Smith Hardware.
How do you like that? You're the darndest girl, Liz.
I think I'm sweet.
Duluth. relics? And how old are you, Mr. Connor? Tell me something. Are you two going together?
Well, now I beg your pardon. Take it easy.
Odd question, I must say.
I don't see why. I think it's very interesting. Don't you agree, Miss Embry, that if a man says he loves a girl, he ought to marry her?
Can she be human?
Please, Mr. Connor, I asked this young lady a question.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that depends.
Oh, I'll see what's keeping Mama. You'll excuse me, won't you?
Say, who's doing the interviewing here?
You don't suppose she's caught on somehow?
Oh no, she was born that way. I've
Well-
still got to get an interview.
Well, try the town library. You can probably dig up enough stuff to hang the whole family.
Let me turn this book.
Just leave it, please.
Excuse me, are you the librarian?
Yes. What does thee wish?
Well, I'm looking for a local What did you say?
What does thee wish?
I'm looking for a local biography, a history.
If thee will consult with my colleague over there.
Uh-huh. Dost thou have a washroom?
To the left.
Thank thee. Oh, you reading?
Look, I know this is a public library, but Oh,
Hello. Well, my book, huh? What, you couldn't afford to buy a copy?
the bookstore didn't have one.
Oh, well, you sure you're doing the right thing now? You know what happens to girls like you when they read books like mine. They begin to think. That's bad.
These stories are beautiful. Why, Connor, they're almost poetry.
Well, don't kid yourself. They are.
I can't make you out at all now.
Really?
You talk so big and tough, and then you write like this. Which is which?
Both, I guess.
No, I believe you put the toughness on to save your skin.
You think so?
I know a little about that.
Do you?
Quite a lot.
Please.
Oh.
Look, let's get out of here. Want to swim?
All right.
Come on. Towel, Connor?
Yeah, thanks. Boy, you really got something here.
Where?
Well, I mean, all this here. Garden, swimming pool. You could sail a small yacht on here.
Hey, what were we talking about?
Oh, my book.
Yeah, tell me something, will you? When you can do a thing like that, look, how can you possibly do anything else?
Well, you may not believe this, but there are people in this world that must earn their living.
Oh, heck, that Dexter. Look, stand by me, will you? I don't want to be alone with him.
Well, certainly, if you like.
Thanks.
Hello there, Sam.
Well, fancy seeing you here.
What's this you're drinking? Orange juice? Thanks, I love some.
Don't tell me you've forsaken your beloved whiskey and whiskey.
Oh, no. I just changed their color, that's all. I'm going for the pale pastel shades now. How about you, Mr. Connor? You drink, don't you?
Oh, a little.
A little. And you're a writer? Hear me. I thought all writers drank to excess and beat their wives. You know, at one time I think I secretly wanted to be a writer.
Dexter.
What?
Would you mind doing something for me?
Anything, what?
Get the heck out of here.
Oh, my dear, Sam, I couldn't do that. You need me too much.
Would you mind telling me just what it is you're hanging around for?
Look, I think I better go.
No, please don't go, Mr. Connor.
No, please don't go, Mr. Connor. As a writer, this ought to be right up your street.
Don't miss a word.
Well, I never saw you looking better, Sam. You're getting that fine, tawny look.
Oh, we're going to talk about me, are we? Goody.
Yes, it's astonishing. Astonishing what money can do for people, Mr. Connor. Not too much, you know. Just more than enough. Now, take Tracy, for example. She even changed her shape. She was a dumpy little thing at one time.
Only, as it happens, I'm not interested in myself for the moment.
Not interested in yourself. You're fascinated, Sam. You're far and away your favorite person in the world. Of course, Mr. Connor, she's a girl who's generous to a fault, except to other people's faults. For instance, she never had any understanding of my deep and gorgeous thirst.
It was disgusting. It made you so unattractive.
Yes, a weakness, sure, and strength is her religion, Mr. Connor. She finds human imperfection unforgivable. And when I gradually discovered that my relationship to her was supposed to be not that of a loving husband and a good companion, but that of a kind of high priest to a goddess, well, then my drinks got more deeper and more frequent.
I never considered you as that, nor myself.
You did, without knowing it. And the night that you got drunk on champagne and climbed out on the roof and stood there in your nightshirt, with your arms out to the moon, wailing like a banshee.
I told you I never had the slightest recollection of doing any such thing.
I know, you drew a blank. You wanted to. Mr. Connor, what would you... Oh, where did he go?
He's gone. I hope you heard what you said, though. Make a wonderful story for Spy.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad we can't supply photographs of you on the roof.
Dexter, what are you trying to make me out as?
Tracy, what do you fancy yourself as? When I read you were going to marry Kittredge, I just couldn't believe it. That's why I'm here. How in the world can you even think of it?
Because he's everything you're not.
Oh, yes.
He's been poor. He's had to work. He's had to fight for everything. And I love him, as I never even began to love you.
Well, maybe so, but I doubt it. I think it's just a swing from me. But Kittredge is no great tower of strength, Tracy. He's just a tower.
You hardly know him.
Well, to hardly know him is to know him well. Kittredge is not for you, Sam.
You bet he's for me. He's a great man and a good man. Already he's of national importance.
Oh, now you sound like Spy Magazine talking.
You seem quite contemptuous of me all of a sudden.
No, Sam, not of you. I'm contemptuous of something inside you, your so-called strength, your prejudice against weakness, your blank intolerance.
Is that all?
Well, that's the gist of it. Because you'll never be a first-class human being, or a first-class woman, until you've learned to have some regard for human frailty. It's a pity your own foot can't slip a little sometime, but your sense of divinity won't allow that. You're a special class of the American female, the married maidens.
So help me, Dexter, if you say another word, I'll...
Okay, I'm through, Sam. For the moment, I've had my say.
Tracy!
Oh, look, the Tower of Strength.
I suppose I should object to this twosome.
Well, that would be most objectionable. Well, anytime either of you want my advice,
We'll give you a ring, Nathan.
thanks. Do that, will you? Well, so long, Sam. Oh, there's a little wedding present. Sorry I hadn't any ribbon to tie it up with. Well, so long, Kittredge.
So long. Should we open this, Tracy?
Go ahead. I must remember to send you a note along with the others. What is it?
Look what your friend considers a wedding present.
Why, it's a model of the True Love.
What?
The True Love, a boat he designed and built practically. We sailed it down the coast of Maine and back the summer we were married. My, she was yar.
Yar? What's that mean?
It means, what does it mean? Easy to handle, quick to the helm, fast, bright, everything a boat should be, until she develops dry rot.
On the eve of Tracy Lord's wedding, her ex-husband's presence is no comfort. No comfort either is Dinah, who rushes in with news of a new complication.
Tracy, he came everywhere. He's here right now.
Who's here?
Father!
Father!
On the terrace, Tracy Lord faces her father and mother. In her eyes, there's nothing but scorn.
Now, Tracy, remember, you're Uncle Willie's guest of honor tonight. You mustn't be late.
I just saw that fiancé of yours, Tracy. He roared out of here on 2 wheels. Does he, by any chance, ever walk anywhere?
When he likes, I expect.
I have a feeling he'll take the ring tomorrow and go right through center with it.
Seth, you idiot.
Very amusing, I'm sure. Almost as amusing as the picture of you with your arm around Mother.
Oh, I find that very unamusing, this stupid, undignified spectacle we're making of ourselves for the benefit of those 2 newspaper people.
Of course, inasmuch as you let us in for it in the first place.
Oh, do keep that note out of your voice, Tracy. It's most unattractive.
Oh, how does your dancer friend talk? Or does she purr?
Tracy?
You've got a heck of a nerve to come back here in your best head of the family manner and strike attitudes and criticize my fiancé and give orders and mess things up generally.
Stop, please.
I can't help it. It's sickening, as if he'd done nothing at all.
Oh, anyway, it's not your affair, Tracy. If it concerns anyone, well, actually, I don't know who it concerns, except your father.
That's very wise of you, Margaret. What most wives fail to realize is that their husbands' philandering has nothing whatever to do with them.
Oh, then what has it to do with?
A reluctance to grow old, I think. I suppose the best mainstay a man can have as he gets along in years is a daughter, the right kind of daughter.
How sweet.
Full of warmth, full of foolishness, unquestioning, uncritical, affectionate.
None of which I've got.
None. You have a good mind, you have a pretty face, you have everything it takes to make a lovely woman, Tracy, except the one essential and understanding heart. Without it, you might just as well be made of bronze.
That's an awful thing to say to anyone.
Indeed it is.
So I'm to blame for Tinamara, am I?
To some extent, I expect you are.
You coward.
No, but better to be one than a prig, and a perennial spinster. However, how many marriages?
Seth, that's too much.
What did you say I was?
You want me to repeat it?
A prig and a... You mean you think I'm some kind of goddess or something?
If your ego wishes to call it that, yes. Come along, Margaret.
Tracy, haven't you danced enough?
Danced enough?
Do you know what time it is? It's after 4.
In China, it's later than that. In China, we'd be married by now. Or perhaps it's only yesterday.
Tracy, I don't understand you tonight. What's the matter?
What's the matter with everybody?
You never drink, Tracy.
You got that wrong. Prigs don't drink.
What?
Nor spinsters.
Tracy.
Nor goddesses of any variety.
Now, Tracy, that's enough.
Hiya. Macaulay Connor of South Bend reporting for duty. May I come in here?
I'm sorry, Connor. We're going home after this dance.
Oh, now you can't do that to me, not an old friend of Junius.
I wish old Junius were here.
Tracy, I'll get your wrap. I'll be right back.
He'll wrap me up.
Hello, you.
Hello.
Hey, you look fine.
I feel fine.
Good. Well, what was I saying? Well, let's have another drink, Or would Kittredge say?
That's not what you were saying.
It is? No, of course it wasn't. What was I saying? Oh, I know. Why do you wish your brother was here? Does he like Kittredge?
Everybody likes Kittredge.
Everybody likes Kittredge. Everybody except C.K. Dexter Haven, huh?
C.K. Dexter Haven.
Where is C.K. Dexter Haven?
He didn't come. He's home.
He's home, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll go and have a little talk with him.
Come on, Connor. Let's have some wine.
Have some wine?
Mm-hmm.
Here's your wrap.
No, we're gonna have just one more drink before.
Not you, I'm afraid, dear.
Why should you be afraid, George? You know wine never affects me. Not in the slightest.
C.K. Dexter Haven? Hey! C.K. Dexter! Come on out, C.K. Dexter Haven!
Hello. What's up?
You are.
Well, I hope it's worth it. Come on in.
I bring you greetings and a bottle of champagne. Champagne is a great leveler. It makes you my equal.
No, I wouldn't quite say that.
Well, almost my equal, anyway. C.K. Dexter Haven, I would like to talk to you.
Oh, all right. Well, let's go in the talking room. Don't tell me the party's over so soon.
No, I just felt like talking to you.
Well, that's nice.
I wonder if I might borrow a drink.
Certainly.
Borrow.
Cold's to Newcastle. Here, sit down, sit down.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
What?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, listen. Are you still in love with Tracy Lord?
What?
Or perhaps you consider that a very personal question.
Not at all.
Liz thinks you are. But of course, women like to romanticize about things.
Yes, they do, don't they?
Yes, they do, don't they? You know, I can't understand how you could have been married to her and still know so little about her.
Can't you?
No, I can't, you. I have the hiccups.
No.
I wonder if I might have another drink.
Certainly.
Thank you. You know, Tracy's no ordinary woman. You said some things to her this afternoon that I resented.
Well, I apologize, Mr. Connor.
That's quite all right. That's quite all right. But when a girl is like Tracy, she's one in a million. She's sort of like a
A goddess?
No. You said that this afternoon. She's sort of like a queen. Radiant, glorious queen. And you can't treat her like other women.
No, I suppose not. But then I imagine Kittredge appreciates all that.
Oh, Kittredge. Kittredge appreciates Kittredge. That fake man of the people. That 5-cent edition of Sidney Kid.
I always thought Kid himself was the 5-cent kid.
You know, Kid's just using you like he uses everybody else. That guy's colossal. He's terrific. He's got everybody fooled.
Yes. No mean Machiavelli is smiling, cynical Sidney Kid. The world's his oyster with an R in every month.
Say, that's not bad. When did I say that?
You did, I did.
Oh.
Sorry.
I suppose you never heard of Kid's little arrangement in Kansas City?
No.
Or San Francisco? Well, let me tell you about the time he went to Boston. The true story of that little jaunt would ruin.
Oh. Yes. Well, hey, look here. What would happen to you if I used that stuff?
Why?
Well, I might want to. Very much. You see, Kid is holding an article on Tracy's father, and this might stop him.
Oh, blackmail, huh? Well, look, you just use it. Use it with my blessings. I'm through anyway.
All right, now come on. Sit down.
I gotta go back to Tracy.
Not yet. Now you dictate, I'll write. Now shoot. Boston.
What?
Boston!
Boston. The time, May 1938. The place, Boston. In a hotel. Kid has just gone down. You know, Tracy, champagne's funny stuff. I'm used to whiskey. Whiskey's sort of a slap on the back. Champagne's a heavy mist before my eyes.
It was nice of you to bring me home. I have a little miss too.
Hey, what's that?
Music. Dance. I'll tell you what. Let's have a quick swim to brighten us up. Dexter and I always swam after parties.
Let's dip into some with this champagne.
Hello, you.
Hello.
You look fine.
I feel fine.
Did you enjoy the party?
Sure. The prettiest sight in this fine, pretty world is the privileged class enjoying its privileges.
You're a snob, Connor.
No doubt. Awash with champagne was Will Q. Tracy's pleasure dome on the nuptial eve of Tracy's... Oh, now, listen, you can't marry that guy.
George, I'm going to. Why not?
Well, I don't know. I thought I'd be for it at first, but it just don't seem to match up.
Then the fault's with me.
Well, maybe so, but all the same, you're quite a girl, Tracy Lord.
You think?
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Professor. George comes from the so-called lower class, Dexter from the upper. I'll take the lower, thanks.
If you can't get a drawing room.
What? What did you mean by that?
My mistake.
You're insulting.
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't apologize.
Who's apologizing?
I never knew such a man.
Tracy,
What do you want?
you're wonderful. There's a magnificence in you, Tracy.
Now I'm getting self-conscious. It's funny, Mike,
Yeah?
let's,
Yeah? Let's what?
I don't know. Go up, I guess. It's late.
A magnificence that comes out of your eyes, in your voice, in the way you stand there, in the way you walk. You're lit from within, Tracy. You've got fires banked down in you, heart fires and holocausts.
I don't seem to you made of bronze, then?
No, you're made of flesh and blood. That's the blank, unholy surprise of it. You're the golden girl, Tracy. Full of life, and warmth, and delight, and... Hey, what goes on here? You've got tears in your eyes.
Shut up. Shut up. Oh, no, Mike, keep talking. Talk, will you?
No, I've stopped.
Why? Has your mind taken hold again, dear Professor?
All right, now lay off that professor stuff, you hear me?
Yes, Professor.
It's really all I am to you, is it?
Of course, Professor.
Are you sure? Just come here.
What are you... Professor?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Oh!
Tracy.
Oh, Holly Moses.
Tracy.
Mr. Connor.
Let me tell you something, Tracy.
No, don't. All of a sudden, I've got the shakes.
Can't be anything like love, can it?
No, it mustn't be. It can't.
Would it be inconvenient?
Terribly. Anyway, I know it isn't. Oh, my breath, our minds.
And right into our hearts.
That ought to have music.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, Tracy, you're so lovely.
Oh, it's as if my insteps were melting away. What is it? Have I got feet of clay or something?
Tracy.
Mike, it's not far to the pool. It's just over the lawn and in the birch grove. It'll be lovely now.
Tracy, you're tremendous.
It'll be in your pocket, Mike.
Who's that out there?
Hello, Mac.
Well, it's you, Mr. Dexter.
Any prowlers around?
Nah, no prowlers, sir.
Can I get in this way?
Well, if you can't, you can always go in the front, sir.
Yeah, well, thanks, Mac. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Hey! That you, Haven?
Well. Hello, Kittredge.
Well, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm a friend of the family's. Didn't you know? Just dropped in for a chat.
Now, don't try to be funny. I asked you a question.
I could ask you the same question.
Well, I telephoned Tracy, and her phone didn't answer. I was worried, so I walked over from the gatehouse.
I was worried too.
About what?
Well, what do you think of this fellow Connor? Or do you?
Now listen, if you're trying to
Oh, my dear
insinuate...
chap, I wouldn't insinuate anything. Only...
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh, boy.
Way up.
What's that?
Oh, that? Oh, well, come on now. I'll walk you around the house and tell you all about it.
Something's going on here, and I'm staying. So are you. What? It's that Connor. What's he doing with Tracy?
Now, calm yourself. Just calm down.
He's carrying her in her arms. He's carrying Tracy.
Uh-oh.
Don't stop, Mikey. Keep groaning.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Somewhere.
Now, what is this?
Now, easy, Kittredge. She's not hurt. Is she coming?
No.
Not wounded, sire, but dead.
It seems the minute she hit the water, the line hit her.
Now look here,
Yes, a likely story, Connor.
What did you say?
I said a likely story. Take her into the house.
Now listen, if you think that...
You'll be down directly.
Yes, if you want.
I want.
Hello, Dexter. Hello, George. Oh, my...
Second door to the right, Connor. Mind you don't wake Dinah up.
I'll be right back directly.
My feet are made of clay. Made of clay, did you know?
This is horrible.
Yes, how are the mighty fallen? But if I know Tracy, she won't remember much of this. For the second time in her life, she'll draw quite a tiny blank.
Oh?
You don't believe it, do you?
Believe what?
Well, the implications of what you saw, let us say.
Well, what else am I to believe?
Well, that's entirely up to you.
I've got eyes. I've got an imagination, haven't I?
I don't know, have you?
So you pretend not to believe me.
Yes, I pretend not to.
Then you don't know women.
That's possible.
And you're a fool.
Well, that's quite possible. Now, you won't be too hard on her, will you?
I'll make up my own mind, that's what I'll do.
Well, we're all only human.
All of you with your sophisticated ideas.
Yeah, ain't it awful?
Well, I'm back. What do you want to do about it?
Why, you low, sneaky son.
I'll take care of this, Kittredge.
Oh! Say, listen, Hammond, this is my affair. What right do you have to do?
Husband's. Now till tomorrow. You can go now, Kittredge. I'll handle the rest of it, too.
I'll speak with you tomorrow, Hammond.
Sure. Well, hey, Connor, come on, wake up, come on. How do you feel?
Now, look, if you think that
I know. I'm sorry, but I thought I'd better hit you before he did. He's in better shape than I am.
Huh, yes. Well, you'll do.
Mr. Dexter! Is there anything wrong, sir?
No, not a thing, Mac. Just as quiet as a church.
Who's that lying there?
Oh, that's Mr. Connor, Mac.
Oh, doggone, I thought it might have been Mr. Kitteridge.
Oh, well, now, you can't have everything, Mac. Good night.
Good night, sir. The wedding day has dawned bright and fair, and the events of the wedding eve are a thing of the past, particularly for Tracy. She can't remember anything. She can't think of anything. Without propping her eyes open with her fingers, she can't even see anything. To comfort her in this predicament comes the little old comforter, Dinah.
How do you feel, Tracy?
Oh, fine.
You look horrible.
I know.
Tracy, I hate you to get married and go away.
I'll miss you, darling. I'll miss all of you.
You know, I had the funniest dream about you last night.
Did you?
I dreamed I got up and went over to the window. And guess what I dreamed? I saw coming out of the woods.
I haven't the faintest idea. A skunk?
Well, sort of. It was Mr. Connor.
Mr. Connor?
Yes, with both his arms full of something. And guess what it turned out to be?
What?
You.
Me? Mr. Connor was...
Carrying you. Wasn't it funny? It looked sort of like you were coming from the pool.
The pool? I'm going crazy. I'm standing here solidly on my own two hands and going crazy. Then what?
Then, after a while, I opened my door a crack, and there he was in the hall, still coming along with you, puffing like a steam engine. His wind can't be very good.
Then what?
Well, then he... Guess.
I couldn't possibly.
Then he just sailed right up to your room with you, and that scared me, so I got up and went to your door and peeked in to make sure you were all right. And guess what?
What?
You were. He was gone by then.
Gone? Oh, of course he was gone. I was never there.
I know, Tracy.
Well, I should certainly hope you did.
It was just a dream, I guess. Tracy, Dexter says so too.
Dexter? Darn Lord, you little fiend. If you've told Dexter...
Morning!
Oh, hello.
I'm testing the air. I like it, but it doesn't like me. Well, hello, Dinah.
How do you do, Mr. Connor?
Did you have a good sleep?
Wonderful, wonderful. You?
Marvelous. Have you ever seen a handsomer day?
Never, never. When did it set you back?
Well, I got it for nothing for being a good girl.
Well, Dinah, how are you?
Don't worry, I'm going.
Why should you?
Well, I guess you must have things you want to discuss. Only remember,
trying to make situations. Well, what's the matter with your chin?
What? Does it show very much?
A little. What happened?
Well, I guess I stuck it out too far.
Into a door. In the dark.
Yes, that's it. Well, Tracy, what about you? You all right?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Why shouldn't I be? I had a simply wonderful evening. I hope you enjoyed it too.
I enjoyed the last part of it.
Really? Why especially the last part?
Well, Tracy, are you asking me?
Oh, you mean the swim?
Ah, yes.
We did swim and so forth, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Oh, Tracy, darling.
Mike!
What can I say to you? Tell me, darling.
Not anything. Don't say anything, especially not darling.
Then you're going through with it, huh?
Through with what?
With the wedding.
Why shouldn't I?
Well, you said last night that...
Oh, I said a lot of things last night, it seems.
Okay, no dice. Also no regrets about last night, huh?
Why should I have?
Well...
Oh, you don't know what I mean. I'm asking you. Tell me straight out. Tell me the reason why I should have... No, don't tell me anything.
All right.
Come on now, Sam, drink this down. Doctor's orders.
What is it?
Just the juice of a few flowers. It's a type of stinger. It removes the sting.
Oh, Dex, don't say that.
Oh, why not, Sam?
Nothing will. Nothing ever can. Oh, Dexter, I've done the most terrible thing to you.
To me? Oh, I doubt that. I doubt it very much, dear.
Dex, what am I going to do?
Why ask me, darling? Where do I come into it anymore? Aren't you confusing me with someone else? A fellow named Kittredge or something?
George, I've got to tell him.
Tell him what, darling?
I've got to tell him.
Well, if you've got to tell him, you've got to tell him, I suppose. But if he's got any brains at all, he'll have realized by now what a fool he made of himself.
When?
Last night.
Was he here too?
Sure.
Good golly, why didn't you sell tickets? Say something, Dex. Say anything.
No, you do.
Oh, Dex, I'm such an unholy mess of a girl.
Oh, now that's no good. That's not even conversation.
But never in my life, not if I live to be 100, will I ever forget how you tried to stand me on my feet again today.
Go on, you're in great shape. Tell me, what did you think of my wedding present? I like my presents at least acknowledged, you know.
It was beautiful.
Yeah?
And sweet, Dex.
Yes. Yes, she was quite a boat, true love, wasn't she? My, she was yar.
She was yar, all right. I wasn't, was I?
Not very. Oh, you were good at bright work, though.
I made her shine.
Mm-hmm. I'm designing another one now, along more practical lines.
What did you call her?
I thought the true love second.
Dexter, if you call any boat that, I promise you I'll blow you and it out of the water. I'll tell you what you can call her if you like.
What, darling?
In fond remembrance of me, the easy virtue.
Down now, shut up, Sam. I can't have you thinking things like that about yourself.
Well, what am I supposed to think when I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
Oh, well, now, that sounds very hopeful, Sam. That sounds just fine.
Tracy, we're almost ready. Stand up, dear. Let me see your dress.
Mother,
Oh, look, dear, it's lovely. George will be right over. Oh, here, I forgot. Here's a note he sent you this morning.
A note?
Good morning, Mr. Connor. Hello, Miss Ingrid.
Good morning.
Good morning.
By the way, Dexter, a Mr. Sidney Kidd telephoned. I was to tell you that you win. Whatever on earth does that mean?
Fine!
Well, I have a feeling it won't be so hard for me to resign now.
And belts will be worn tighter this winter.
Well, Sam. I'm afraid this is the deadline.
So is this. Listen, everybody. It's from George. My dear Tracy, I want you to know that you will always be my friend. But your conduct last night was so shocking to my ideals of womanhood that my attitude toward you and the prospect of a happy and beautiful life together has been changed materially.
Tracy!
Oh, friend. They're my friends, too. Here's the last of it. Your breach of common decency certainly entitles me to a full explanation before going through with our proposed marriage. In the light of day, I am sure that you will agree with me. Yes, George, I quite agree with you.
That's all you have to say.
What else?
On the very eve of your wedding, an affair with another man.
Oh, now wait just a minute, Kittredge. It may interest you to know that this so-called affair consisted of exactly 2 kisses and a rather late swim.
Thanks, Mike, but there's no need to defend me.
After which I deposited Tracy in her room and promptly returned down here to you, which doubtless you'll remember.
Doubtless, without a doubt.
You mean that was all that was there to it?
I do.
Why? Was I so unattractive? So distant? So forbidding? It's something that you...
Well, this is fine talk, too.
I'm asking you a question.
You were extremely attractive, but you were also a little worse, or better, for wine, and there are rules about that.
Thank you, Mike. I think men are wonderful.
The little dears.
Then if it hadn't been for that drink last night, all this might not have happened.
Apparently nothing did. What made you think it had?
Well, I'm not going to quibble, Tracy. Bygones be bygones. Now, what do you say?
Yes. And goodbye, George.
I don't understand.
Please, goodbye. You're too good for me, George. You're 100 times too good.
But
And I'd make you most unhappy. Most. That is, I do my best to.
all right. Possibly it's just as well.
Yes, I thought you'd finally come to that conclusion.
I have a feeling that you had more to do with this than anyone.
Possibly, but you were the great help.
You and your rotten class.
Oh, class my eye.
Well, you're on your way out. A lot of you. And good riddance.
Well, there goes George.
Hey, come on, they're waiting for you.
Oh, my sainted aunt.
Well, don't just stand there. You better think of something.
Shut that door. Shut the door. Dex, did you see them out there? That welter of faces?
My, they look solemn.
What in the name of all that's holy am I to do?
Tracy,
Yes, Mike?
now look, I got you into this thing and I'll get you out of it. Will you marry me, Tracy?
No, Mike. Thanks, but no.
Why not?
Because I don't think Liz would like it. And I'm not sure you would, and I'm a little doubtful about myself. But I am beholden to you, Mike. I'm most beholden.
But they're in there, they're waiting.
Mike, don't get too conventional all at once, will you? There'll be a reaction.
Come on, cheer up, Sam. It'll be all right. You've been got out of jams before.
Tracy,
Mother?
it's all right, dear. Your father will make a very simple announcement.
Is there anything special you want me to say, Tracy?
No, I'll say it. Whatever it is, I'll say it. I won't be got out of anything anymore. Thanks. Tell them to stop the music.
Tracy, listen.
Dex, what can I say?
Just open the door and go ahead. I'll prompt you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Dex. Well, Dex.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 years ago, I did you out of a wedding in this house by eloping to Maryland.
2 years ago, you were invited to a wedding in this house, and then I did you out of it by eloping to Maryland.
Right, which was very bad manners.
Which was very bad manners.
But I hope to make it up to you by going through with it now as originally planned.
But I hope to make it up to you by going beautifully through with it now, as originally and most beautifully planned.
So if you'll just keep your seats for a minute.
So if you'll just keep your seats for a minute.
That's all.
That's all. Dex, are you sure?
Not in the least. But I'll risk it, will you?
Yes, you bet. You didn't do it just to soften the blow.
Oh, no, Tracy.
Nor to save my face.
Oh, it's a nice little face.
Oh, Dex, I'll be yarn now. I promise to be yarn.
You be whatever you like. Now, are you all set?
All set.
Will you be the best man, Mike?
Honored, CK.
Maid of honor, Liz?
Matron of honor, remember Joe Smith?
Oh, how did this ever happen?
Well, come on, let's get in there. See you soon, Sam.
See you soon, Dex.
Tracy, darling,
I
I love you, Father.
I love you too, Tracy.
Never in my life have I ever been so full of love before.
Come on, come on.
Wait, how do I look?
Like a queen. Like a goddess.
And do you know how I feel?
How?
Like a human. Like a human being.